Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about EMF and terminal voltage. EMF means electromotive force and terminal voltage. What is EMF? Electromotive force. Now, what is electromotive force? EMF. When you are taking a cell, then this both the terminal are related with cell. Suppose you are taking a cell. This is one electrode, this is another electrode dipped in the solution. Now, what is happening? Due to the chemical reaction inside the solution, suppose H2SO4, ions, they break out into ions. Suppose H2SO4 is there, then H2SO4 break into 2H plus and SO4 double minus. Now, suppose this is zinc and this is any other copper or any other carbon, whatever it is, we are not concerned about that. In this cell, what is happening? This zinc is more prone to react with this SO4. Here it is H plus plus also. Here it is SO4 minus minus. Now, if this zinc lose two electron, then Zn plus plus will come here. Now, this SO4 minus minus can combine with either H plus plus or Zn plus plus. Now, in chemistry, all of you have learned that this reaction involves less energy, so the SO4 is more prone to react with Zn plus plus to make ZnSO4. So this SO4 will move this side and this will combine and make ZnO4. In this process, this Zn, first initially this was Zn, it is losing 2 electron and 2 electron is coming here and it became Zn plus plus. Now if you connect with the wire, this electron get energy from the chemical reaction. See, when this H2SO4 break out, suppose it loses 10 joule of the energy. Now in this reaction, less energy is involved, suppose 8 joule. So this difference of the energy, breaking of H2SO4, 10 joule released, and making of ZnSO4, 8 joule, suppose it take 8 joule. So that 2 joule left is provided to this electron, and this electron move from one electrode to another electrode. Now, after that, this H plus plus combined with this 2 electron to make hydrogen gas, and you will see the bubbles is emerging from this side. Now, this process again continues. This SO4, H2SO4 break into SO4 minus minus and it move towards Zn electrode. Zn will lose 2 electron, it becomes Zn plus plus. This electron will move, and in this way conduction of charge is started. Clear? So this is about the things which is happening inside the cell. So what is happening in cell? Chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. Now, This energy is given to the electron and the electron moves once around the complete circuit. This when you are giving energy to the electron, it is doing work to move against some resistor or some load which is connected across the electrode. So that work is done by this electron against the opposition because of this energy. So if you are providing energy, it will do the work to move from this electrode to this electrode outside the circuit and inside the solution. So that work done to move unit positive charge once around the complete circuit is called EMF. This is the first definition. What is EMF? That when there is work done by charge, there will be some potential difference. This work done by to move a unit positive charge first outside the circuit and then inside the solution. So to move the unit positive charge once complete around the circuit is known as EMF. Means work charge is 1 coulomb, so EMF. Now you can see that this work done is equal to the potential difference here. So EMF has SI unit as volt, because it is work done per unit positive test charge, and work done per unit charge is known as potential difference. And what is the unit of potential difference? Volt. Clear? So this is EMF. EMF means the total work done to move outside the circuit and to move inside the solution, the unit positive charge. Clear? Now, terminal voltage. Terminal voltage. Terminal voltage is little different from EMF. See, the unit positive charge may contain some number of electrons. Suppose it is moved first from one electrode to another electrode outside the circuit and then inside the solution. So two work are actually doing. One, energy is given to the electron, and some electron make 1 coulomb charge, and that is moved again this resistor and comes here. Suppose that is W1. Again the 1 coulomb charge is moved from one electrode to another electrode inside the solution. So complete work done, total work done is known as EMF, and this work done to move across the resistor outside the circuit is known as terminal voltage. The work done to move unit positive charge between two terminals of cell outside the circuit. So EMF is the total work done, and the terminal voltage is the work done only to move across the resistor from one electrode to other electrode. That is the difference. Now we will see the other form also. So you can pause the screen and note it down all the things. Suppose here we have learned that we are doing two works. First, we are providing the electron the energy, it is moving against this opposition. That is, against this opposition means this external resistance R. So it is doing some work. Now when it comes here, here it is internal resistance. Internal resistance means resistance of the electrolyte, denoted by small r. So again it will do work, and it will do some work and it will come here. So suppose that work done against this internal resistance is W2. So what is the total work done? To move a unit positive charge from one electrode to another electrode outside the circuit, and from other electrode to first one inside the circuit. So total work done is known as EMF, and that is this two work done. Okay. Now we have seen that this work done to move unit positive charge is equal to the potential difference first between these two electrodes outside the circuit, and second between these two electrodes inside the circuit. So that is equal to EMF. Now, according to Ohm's law, if R is the resistor and suppose I current flows from here, I current flows from this electrode to this, and again I current flows from this to this one. So V1 is equal to IR and V2 is equal to I into R. This is internal resistance. So Ohm's law, potential difference is equal to I into R inside the cell. Outside the cell means across the resistor, this is the potential difference. So what is EMF? IR plus IR here. So generally we are writing EMF by like this. So I am changing this. So we are getting one formula. This you can replace also, or you are right. Suppose I am writing the potential difference across the electrode outside the cell across this external resistance is suppose V plus IR. This V is known as terminal voltage. What is this V? This V is the potential difference across the electrode outside the cell. Here, the potential difference across the cell outside the cell means across this resistor R. So we are getting one formula for terminal voltage, that is E minus IR. So now we can define EMF and terminal voltage by this formula also. What is EMF? EMF, if you put I is equal to 0, then EMF is the potential difference across the electrode. Means EMF is potential difference across the electrode when no current flows across it. Means if you break this circuit, outside circuit, then if you will measure the potential, if the are measuring the potential difference by some device, that potential difference will give you the EMF. So always remember that to measure the EMF, there must be no current flowing in the circuit. If there is current flowing in the circuit, then you are not measuring the EMF, you are measuring the potential difference between two electrodes, that is known as terminal voltage. For example, Suppose this is the resistor, this is the two electrode, and you are measuring the potential difference by voltmeter. So voltmeter can be run or can take reading only when some current will flows through it for the deflection, maybe very small current. So for small current, the circuit must be connected. If it is connected, then by voltmeter you will measure always the terminal voltage between the two electrodes. Clear? And if you are not taking any current from the cell and you are measuring the potential difference, you will see that potentiometer is used for that. In that case, you are measuring actually the EMF of the cell. Now, terminal voltage is equal to EMF minus I into R. So, terminal voltage, there are three cases. Terminal voltage is less than EMF. Clear? When? During charging. During charging. This is the first condition. Second, terminal voltage is greater than EMF. Sorry, this is during discharging. And terminal voltage is greater than EMF because during charging. We will see combination of cell that this became the formula E plus IR. Clear? So in this case, terminal voltage is EMF plus IR. So during charging, terminal voltage became greater than EMF. And when it is equal to EMF, when there is no current flowing through the circuit. So this is all about the terminal voltage. Now we will derive one equation from that. That is very important. You can pause the screen and note it down, all the things. V is equal to E minus IR. Now if you are writing IR is equal to E minus V. Now we have seen V is equal to I into R. So what is I? V by R. So if we are writing V by R, E minus V. So small r is equal to E minus V into R divided by V. So this is the very important relation that we will use again and again. So you must know the relation between internal resistance, terminal voltage, EMF and external resistance. Clear? So you can note it down. Now we will draw some graph related to this. Now first the graph between we have V is equal to E minus IR. EMF and external resistance. So we know that EMF is not concerned with the external resistance because EMF is totally related when no current is flowing. If no current is flowing means there is no meaning of external resistance. We have to not use any external resistance. So EMF does not depends on R, external resistance. Now terminal voltage versus R. Let us see this by the formula. This is the formula. This only we have to apply, but there is little change here. V is equal to IR is equal to E minus IR. Now we have to actually take the term R. E is equal to IR is equal to E minus D. Now we have to derive relation between V and external resistance R. Okay. So there is no use of E. So you can write here V by R and take it this side. So this is V, and if you will bring this side, V by R into R is equal to E. So take V common. So V common 1 plus R by R is equal to E. So what is V? EMF by 1 plus R by R. So this is the formula, and on this formula we will draw the graph. Okay, I am rubbing this. Now you see, when R is 0, so this whole term will become infinite, tends to infinity. Anything by infinity will be 0. EMF by infinity will be 0. So when R is 0, V is also 0. Now, when R is infinity, when R is tending to infinity, so anything by infinity is 0. So V is EMF by 1 plus 0, that V is equal to E. Means the maximum value of terminal voltage is EMF, and that occurs when R tends to infinity. So maximum value, suppose this is the maximum value. So when R is at infinity, means when R tends to infinity, we have discussed that when anything is infinity, what we are drawing, we are making this line graph parallel to this EMF. Now one more thing, we are getting only 2 points. In between these 2 points, suppose you take R is equal to R by 2. So R is equal to R by 2. So this will become R by 2. R cancel, 2 plus 1 3. V is something E by 3. Similarly, if you take R is equal to R, then this will become E by 2. So something here you will get at this point E by 2 when R is equal to R. When R is equal to R. And when R is equal to R by 2, then you are getting something here E by 3. So the graph comes like this. This line you have to make parallel, because this R is equal to this V is equal to E when R is at infinity. So you have to make here at infinite this is happening. So this is the graph of second part. Now third one. This is the most important. In this part, generally CBSE is concentrating and asking the questions. What is the third part? That draw the graph between V and I. Okay, I am rubbing this one. This one you can pause the screen and note it down all the things. Now you have to draw graph between V and I. Now we have derived the formula that V is equal to E minus IR. So you can write this minus IR plus E. This is the equation. This is for, you can compare with motion of a straight line, that y is equal to mx plus c. If you are drawing along the x-axis I, so what will be the slope? The slope of this line will give you the internal resistance. Clear? And what is y? In y we have drawn v, and in x we have drawn I. So this is the equation. Now what is the intercept? C. C is equal to EMF. So this intercept, when you are drawing the line, suppose this is the line you are drawing, this intercept on y-axis is known as EMF. So I am writing this as EMF. And this slope you can see, this is suppose theta. So what is slope here? Tan of minus theta means minus tan theta. Clear? And that you can see that this by this is the slope, this is EMF, and this is maximum current. So this slope will give you minus R. So cancel. So tan theta will give you R. Clear? Means if you are finding in the graph, it is given, this value will be given to you, this value will be given to you. If you find this by this, you will get the internal resistance R. And generally question is asked on this only. Some value will be given to you and it will be told this is the graph between terminal voltage and current. This value will give you the EMF, and tan theta, this by this, will give you the internal resistance. Here, I will send you the questions which has been asked in the board exam in the previous year, and that will help you to solve this. So in this EMF and terminal voltage, this only you have to learn, and in the next class we will start Kirchhoff's law. So I am stopping here, and because Kirchhoff's law need one complete lecture, so we will start a fresh lecture from Kirchhoff's law. Thank you.